This is NBA Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Chase Senior. Appreciate all of you for tuning into today's show. As for what we're talking about on the docket, getting to the latest on Kyrie Irving as well as Kevin Durant. Then on the back end, we'll relay the latest on the Deandre Ayton front, which oddly, about a week into NBA free agency, has been very, very silent. But we start off with KD, one of the best players of all time and the biggest looming storyline in the NBA right now. According to a Western Conference executive, he still thinks there's a chance that the Nets try to piece this together and KD comes back to Brooklyn. Keep in mind, he signed that contract extension last offseason. Jake Fisher of Bleacher Report saying the Nets in no rush to make a deal, but the Nets also still making win-now moves. So you go back to what that Western Conference exec said, everything that the Nets have done throughout this offseason, they make sense if KD and Kyrie are on this team. And honestly, is KD trying to pull off a power play right now? The Nets don't want to bring back Kyrie Irving, so he's going to the front office and he's saying, I want Kyrie back. I want him extended. We came here together. We want to try to win a championship together. If you don't extend him to a long-term deal, I want out. The Nets moves this offseason, Royce O'Neal, TJ Warren, Patty Mills, Nick Claxton, those are moves you're making if you have KD and Kyrie on this team. According to Shams Charania, these right here, the front runners for Kevin Durant's services: Phoenix Suns, Miami Heat, Toronto Raptors, Golden State Warriors. And all these teams can really offer nice trade packages. For Phoenix, it would probably be centered around Deandre Ayton, as well as, Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges. For the Miami Heat, it would probably be around Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson. Maybe you throw in Gabe Vincent as well. Can't include Bam Adebayo because he signed that rookie max contract, as did Ben Simmons. Can't have two of those players on the same team. Toronto Raptors have a lot of options as well. OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, Scotty Barnes. A package around those players could get a deal done. And then the Golden State Warriors: James Wiseman, Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, Andrew Wiggins, a couple of other players on that roster like Jordan Poole. They could also entice the Brooklyn Nets in a trade for KD as well. We move forward with what an anonymous NBA general manager had to say about KD going to Phoenix. Deandre Ayton, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and 5 picks still is not enough to me for Kevin Durant. And really the big question with KD, what is the asking price going to be in a trade for Kevin Durant? It could be one of the most historic deals of all time that we've ever seen for one of the best offensive players that we've ever seen, who literally has every offensive move in his toolbox. I think the DeJounte Murray deal and the Rudy Gobert trade really set the table and influence the asking price on what the Nets are going to want back for Kevin Durant. DeJounte Murray got 3 first-round picks back for San Antonio. Gobert was basically 5 first-round picks. If you throw in Walker Kessler, that's another first-round pick right there. So this could be, to historic proportions, what the Nets could get back for one of the best players that we have ever seen, and a guy who is truly one of one. As for what Jake Fisher had to say on KD and Kyrie, despite Durant's trade request from Brooklyn mere hours before free agency commenced on June 30th, the Nets not operating with any sense of urgency to move KD, sources told Bleacher Report, after a flurry of trade chatter heading into the holiday weekend, 4th of July, by the way. League personnel have begun discussing the potential for Brooklyn to retain Durant as well as Kyrie Irving into the regular season should a commensurate package for the 2-time Finals MVP never emerge. And that would make a lot of sense to me. And we'll explore it coming up right around the corner. But first, I want to hear from you in the comment section right now. KD's team in 2022 will be the Nets, type BKN, other, type O. And if you go with other, let me know which team it is in the comment section right now. As I said, still more to come on KD as well as Deandre Ayton, but we have a heater of a deal we want to pass along for you. If you're a fan of the NBA in general, if you're a fan of a specific NBA team, this deal applies for you. NBA hats available for all 30 NBA squads. All you got to do, plug in that link, chatsports.com/NBA hats, and that deal will be able to apply for you. I'm going to put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. No, this isn't coming from some weird shop online. It's coming to you from Fanatics. You can trust them. You can trust us. So plug in that link, chatsports.com/NBA hats. Now, the Nets do have power on their side in the player empowerment era, and I'm fascinated to see, do the Nets pull off a power play? And they say, you know what, KD, You signed here in free agency. Last year, we gave you the max, and you still have a lot of years under club control. You look at the contract right here. This upcoming year, just shy of $43 million, and then it goes up to $46.5, nearly $50. Final year of his deal, 2025, 2026, $53+ million. Then he becomes an unrestricted free agent at 38 years old in 2026. So the Nets could theoretically pull off a power play and say, we're not trading you. You don't have a no-trade clause. You're under team control, and if you want to sit out and not play, that's fine. But we're going to keep you on this roster because you're a truly special player, and we've made moves in NBA free agency that will help you out and give us more depth as compared to what you had last year. And last year, Kevin Durant was awesome. He continues to be spectacular and stellar. Box office, 30 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, and the efficiency has always been otherworldly for KD. 38% from three-point range, and he's always hovering around 50% from the floor. That's how automatic he is. So we'll see what happens on the Kevin Durant front. No matter what happens, we're, of course, going to keep you up to date with everything going down on the NBA news, rumors, and transactions front. By the way, if you want to stay in the know with all things NBA, make sure you give me a follow on Twitter and IG. You see the handle down below. It's at Chase_Senior. To round out the show, we're going to talk about Deandre Ayton. First, though, Kevin Durant is a top blank player in the NBA. Now, the other day I had said I think he's number 2 behind Giannis, but with Steph Curry winning NBA Finals MVP, does he continue to be disrespected? Is he now the number 2 best player in the NBA with 4 championships under his belt? You let me know right now down in the comment section. As for the latest with Deandre Ayton, one of the dominoes yet to fall during NBA free agency, is a restricted free agent though. And the Suns have an opportunity to match any contract that he is offered, but it looks as though his relationship with the Suns seemed to fizzle over the last couple of months, and we know what he said after getting ousted in the second round by the Dallas Mavericks as Luka Doncic was the Suns' daddy. Teams are expected to have interest in Deandre Ayton. Why is that? He's still really young. He's a former number 1 overall pick. He's a special player who hasn't fully tapped into his fullest potential, in my opinion, and last year was really good. 17 points per game, 10 rebounds. I just want to see him insert more so of his physical dominance and be a better shot blocker and rim protector. 63% from the field, and he's starting to develop a little bit of a mid-range jump shot and a little bit of a three-point shot. That moving forward in turn would make him even more valuable. As for the teams interested in Deandre Ayton, looks as though Toronto, Indiana, according to Bleacher Report, they've been mentioned as looming landing spots for the talented young center. Utah has been described to not be interested, even though they traded away Rudy Gobert. Only Indiana right now and San Antonio currently hold the cap space to give Ayton the payday and the max deal that he wants. But for San Antonio, he doesn't fit the timeline. It looks as though they are tanking for Victor Wembanyama. Teams waiting for KD trade to materialize. Is that what's going down right now? And is that why Deandre Ayton hasn't gone anywhere? Are they waiting for a KD trade to happen because a team like the Suns, they might want to bring back Deandre Ayton if they don't land KD. Other teams across the NBA, they want to put together a trade package maybe for KD. But if that doesn't work out, maybe it's a sign and trade and a deal for Deandre Ayton. We'll see what happens, but again, we'll do our best to keep you in the know with everything going down throughout the NBA offseason. Where will Ayton play in 2022? Give me a name in the comment section. Look into that crystal ball. Be a genie. Be about that life, and let us know right now.